Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. First one is about Somalia Ethiopia relation. It seems that Somalia is keeping Ethiopia on the edge. Last night, I did a video in live chat. I told you what Somalia said at UN Security Council meeting. Basically, it said we don't need Ethiopia. But then Somalia's national security advisor posted a message about the new peacekeeping mission. What did the national security advisor say about the Ethiopian inclusion in the new peacekeeping mission? Secondly, viewers, there is anger in Afar against the Afar regional government, Afar security forces. Rasado Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization, which is an Eritrean opposition group based in the Afar region of Ethiopia, is also expressing its concerns at an incident which happened in the Afar region of Ethiopia. People are demanding clarity, explanation from Afar regional government, Afar security forces. So far, no clear explanation has been given. Let's start with your Somalia Ethiopia tensions. We know that yesterday UN Security Council met. UK tabled a resolution for the operations, 1 year long operations of the new peacekeeping mission in Somalia. Members voted, majority supported the resolution. I think US did not support the resolution. Why? Because US is not happy with the way Somalia has been given more authority in this peacekeeping mission. Reportedly, US did not vote in support of the new peacekeeping mission resolution. And at the UN Security Council meeting, Somalia's representative made it clear that Somalia does not need Ethiopia. Ethiopian government has been trying to build a narrative that it actually saved Mogadishu from collapse, that it is Ethiopia which sacrificed to keep federal government of Somalia intact. But Somalia representative made it clear at UN Security Council yesterday that if Ethiopian troops leave Somalia, it won't hurt Somalia, as Somalia has secured the participation of 11,000 troops to replace Ethiopian troops. And Somalia has signed bilateral agreements with other countries to host their soldiers on Somali soil. So Somalia said, we don't need you. Message to Ethiopia, very clear from Somalia, we don't need you. At UN Security Council, details of the troops contributing countries were not made public. But Somalia publicly embarrassed Ethiopia. It sent a clear message to the national community that Somalia does not need Ethiopia, that the withdrawal of Ethiopian troops won't hurt Somalia, that Somalia can take care of its security. It does not need Ethiopia. Ethiopia obviously does not want to withdraw its troops from Somalia. It says that its territories on border could be vulnerable to attacks from Al-Shabaab. It says that it fought for years against Al-Shabaab. Now it cannot leave a security vacuum in border areas of Somalia, which could lead to Al-Shabaab's advance towards Ethiopian territories. So Ethiopia wants to be the part of the new peacekeeping mission. Hussein Sheikh, I'm not talking about Hassan Sheikh, who's the president. Hussein Sheikh is Somalia's national security advisor. And last night, after UN Security Council meeting concluded, he posted a social media message. He tried to address the rumors, the conclusion that Ethiopian troops have been expelled from the new mission. He said that no final decision has been made, that African Union in coordination with Somalia will decide which countries will be part of the new peacekeeping mission. So basically, Hassan Sheikh tried to console Ethiopia that yes, Ethiopian troops will be part of the new peacekeeping mission, but what happened at UN Security Council was an embarrassment for the Ethiopian government. Now, Ethiopia is forcing itself upon Somalia. Somalia says, we don't need you. Okay, we'll accommodate you if international community wants to keep you there keep you here in Somalia. We don't need you, by the way. Isn't it very embarrassing for the Ethiopian government, for Jula, who claimed that Mogadishu government would collapse, that large parts of Somalia being controlled by Ethiopian military. So it seems that Ethiopian troops will be part of the new peacekeeping mission, but under which terms and conditions? Where will they be deployed? How many? How many different troops will be part of the new mission? So all these details will be made public in coming days. 3 days remaining to the end of this mission. So far, no withdrawal of Ethiopian troops has been seen from Somalia. It means that Ethiopian troops are there. Either they'll stay there under a bilateral arrangement with Jubaland, Southwest, or they might be included in the new peacekeeping mission as well. But the way they are being included, it is definitely an embarrassment for the Ethiopian government. Hussein Sheikh said that Somalia is committed to the spirit of Ankara Declaration. Because last night's talk of Somali representative at UN Security Council was being seen as the sign of collapse of Ankara Declaration. But Hussein Sheikh said that Somalia is committed to the Ankara Declaration. It means talks will start between the two countries induced by Ankara Declaration in coming weeks. But so far, no final decision has been made about which country will be part of the new peacekeeping mission in Somalia. Second was anger in Afar region of Ethiopia. Afars flee Eritrea like other people flee Eritrea. Thousands leave Eritrea illegally every year. They use Ethiopia as a transit. They go to Middle East, they go to Europe, they go to North America. Afar sometimes, Eritrean Afar sometimes enter Afar region of Ethiopia. They have been generally leaving Eritrea through Tigray as well, towards Sudan too, but now there is war ongoing in Sudan. We know that Ethiopia deported several hundred Eritreans in recent months. And most of the Eritreans were arrested from near Addis Ababa. And we heard back then that some of them were involved in illegal activities. So we did not share details of the foreigners deported. Why were they deported? How were they deported? Were they legal or illegal? What were the crimes committed by them? In a far region of Ethiopia, in November, 12 Eritrean Afars were detained by security forces. They were refugees. And people say they were registered refugees, registered with UN High Commissioner for Refugees. There is a refugee camp for Afar refugees, for Eritrean refugees in a far region of Ethiopia. They were arrested. They went missing. And later, it was revealed that the Ethiopian government, Afar regional government, deported them to Eritrea. 12 men, mostly youths between 18 to 35 years of age. Rasado, we know, is an Eritrean opposition group, Afar opposition group based in Ethiopia. Rasado tried to contact Ethiopian Afar regional government officials, Afar security officials. It demanded clarity about the whereabouts of the 12 Eritrean Afars who had been deported. No explanation has been given so far. Security forces and regional government officials are sharing conflicting information about why these youths were deported to Eritrea. Some say they were involved in human smuggling, others say they were illegal refugees. But Rasado and the organization say that the people deported were legal refugees. They were not involved in any criminal activities. Rasado Afar elders are investigating the matter, demanding clarity from Afar regional government. Ethiopia will have to be careful. Those Eritreans who could face human rights abuses if they are deported to Eritrea should never be, I think, returned to Eritrea. Turkey deported around 300 a few weeks ago. Before that, Ethiopia deported to over 300 in recent months. These Eritreans risk their lives. They somehow leave Eritrea, and they don't know what will happen to them ultimately. Sometimes they pay money, they risk their lives, they manage to leave Eritrea just to be returned to Eritrea after a few months to be put in prison. Thanks for watching.